a young woman walks among flowers, unaware of the shadows surrounding her. A moment later, the ground opens beneath her feet, and her destiny changes forever. Today we tell you the story of Persephone, a goddess divided between two worlds, a symbol of loss, transformation, and resilience.
Welcome to Medusa, the Sisterhood of Myth, the podcast that uncovers the hidden stories and contradictions of the women of Greek mythology. I'm Gabriel.
And I'm Georgia. Each week, we'll take you on a journey through Greek myths, reimagined through a modern lens. Together, we'll explore complex female figures who confronted patriarchy in all its contradictions. These are not just characters from the past, but symbols of strength and resilience that still resonate today.
The myth of Persephone begins in a meadow. The young goddess, then known as Kore, gathers flowers in the plain of Nysa, a place rich in beauty and tranquility. As she bends to pick an extraordinary narcissus, the ground suddenly opens beneath her feet. From the chasm emerges Hades, the god of the Underworld, who abducts her and takes her to his dark realm.
This event, dramatic as it is, was no coincidence. Zeus, Persephone's father, had tacitly consented to the abduction. In a gesture reflecting the conventions of the time, Zeus chose a destiny for his daughter that she had no way of influencing. This aspect of the myth reminds us of the profound power imbalances that characterized relationships in ancient Greece.
In classical texts, such as the hymn to Demeter, the abduction is described with unambiguous terms: arpazo, to seize violently. The young woman screams, calling for her mother, but no one answers. Meanwhile, Demeter, desperate over her daughter's loss, abandons her duties as the goddess of fertility, leaving the earth barren. Famine and chaos spread among humans, forcing Zeus to intervene.
Eventually, Zeus sends Hermes, the messenger of the gods, to the underworld to bring Persephone back to her mother. However, before she leaves, Hades offers Persephone pomegranate seeds. Unaware of their significance, Persephone eats 6 arrows, binding herself irrevocably to the underworld, bringing spring and summer, and part with Hades as queen of the underworld during autumn and winter.
The pomegranate emerges as the symbolic heart of this narrative. In the myth, before leaving the underworld, Persephone consumes 6 pomegranate seeds offered by Hades. This act, which could be seen as a choice or an imposition, binds her irrevocably to the underworld. But what is the deeper meaning of these seeds?
For some, they represent control, a deliberate act by which Hades ensures Persephone's return to the underworld. For others, they embody a moment of awareness, the transition from Kore's passivity to the conscious strength of the queen of the underworld. Margaret Atwood, in her poem Persephone Departing, captures this duality with words full of meaning. Alchemists are extremely smart in the world of the underworld. Margaret Atwood, in her poem Persephone Departing. In the end, she said, I will leave alone, and nothing of me will remain, no trace, no word. The pomegranate thus becomes the symbol of Persephone's transformation. It marks the moment she leaves behind innocence and embraces the complexity of her new role. In this fruit lies the essence of her evolution, from an unaware maiden to a powerful and conscious queen of the underworld.
The myth of Persephone is a powerful metaphor for the Mediterranean agricultural cycle and human resilience. Her descent into the underworld symbolizes autumn and winter, when the earth becomes barren, and Demeter, overcome with grief, halts fertility. Persephone's return coincides with spring and summer, when nature blooms once more. This annual cycle, celebrated in the Eleusinian mysteries, reflected the deep connection between mythology and daily life in ancient Greece. Persephone represents the human journey through trauma and rebirth. Her transformation from Kore, the nameless maiden, to queen of the underworld is a metaphor for growth and self-determination. Persephone embodies the duality of light and darkness, life and death. Her ability to move between these opposites makes her a powerful and complex figure, capable of understanding and mediating between different worlds.
As queen of the underworld, Persephone becomes a spiritual guide for those facing loss and change. Her story teaches us that confronting difficult experiences is essential to transform them into knowledge and power. Her perpetual return represents not only the cycle of the seasons, but also immortality and the ability to bloom again after adversity.
Persephone teaches us that every seed of pain can grow into a new life if we have the courage to face the shadows. What pomegranate seeds have you eaten in your life? What choices have bound you to new paths?
In the next episode, we will explore Pandora, the woman who, with a single gesture, changed the fate of humanity.
Thank you for listening to Medusa, the Sisterhood of Myth. And remember, the shadows of pain do not define us. They are the fertile ground from which our transformation can grow. Until next time.